but Sherlock won't resort to small bombs. Everyone in the latest video keeps talking about the small bombs. I'm so sorry, but I think what Battler is saying is actually very valid. I think it's true. It could be true. That's why, I mean, like, who is to deny him, you know? The devil's proof, right? Am I wrong? Let's start with this tier list. Kinzo, actually, the unforgivable tier list right up here. I really am not gonna change anything about it. Even after episode 4, I think, arguably, it kind of made Rosa even worse. Rosa was already bad enough, you know, hitting Maria and neglecting her. But after seeing Maria's side of the story in episode 4 and just to what extent of a horrible parent Rosa was to Maria, I really don't think there's really any hope for her to move down to the other parts of the tier list. But I will also want to say that Rosa as a character is still kind of empathetic because of all the things that she's gone through. But at the same time, I feel like what she does to Maria is also very unforgivable. Does Rosa deserve a tier above Kinzo? You see, the thing is, I still don't know to what extent Kinzo's wrongdoings are. I don't know what Kinzo has done. And that's why I'm really hesitant to kind of cast like a definitive kind of judgment on these characters. Because until I finish all of Umineko, I don't think I can ever say for sure just what kind of person they are, you know? No definitive judgment rates Kinzo unforgivable. I mean, you know, it's just for fun. Let us continue to the next one. Is the asshole tier list. This was my asshole tier list. Actually, I'm definitely gonna make a lot of changes to this episode. I feel like I kind of opened up my eyes a little bit more, and I feel like I kind of seen the light a bit more. I feel like I was walking in the dark from episode 1 or 3, but now I think I am a bit more confident in judging the characters a little bit, maybe. Okay, Chester, 4 and 0. She is... Can I call her an asshole? I really don't know, actually. I feel like when it comes to like the 7 sisters and the Chester sisters, they are kind of more in a neutral ground. They have done a lot of horrible things, but also at the same time, it was commanded by their master, Beatrice, or whoever. So are they really... Can they really be assholes? Or not? I want to kind of move them to like no comments or neutral. Even the Chesters got character development this episode. Yeah, they did. They definitely did. And more than that, we also got introduced to a new Chester sister. The one over here. Which I was kind of surprised to know about. I kind of want to move them all, actually. I'm going to move them all, the sisters, the weapons, to no comment for now. But I also feel like no comment is not... Oh, that's Lambda. Is not really a valid place for them to be because I can't have no opinion on them, you know? There we go. Yeah, I think that's all of them. And, well, Belphegor I'm going to put in not asshole. So for the asshole tier list... Beatrice, I think, is fairly straightforward. I'm gonna keep them up in asshole. And Eva as well in asshole. I feel like it's fairly straightforward, in my opinion. I could talk about Eva in a more empathetic light, but also at the same time, she has done a lot of horrible stuff to Shannon and to the people, I mean, she murdered people, right? But also, I don't really like Eva. I know I'm the biggest Natsuhi defender. Even though you could say Natsuhi and both Natsuhi and Eva, I feel like have some kind of similarity in terms of their treatment of people who they deem is like less, who are inferior to them. But at the same time, Natsuhi cares about the other people, at least based on what I know so far. So I really like Natsuhi. But Eva, I mean, she cold-heartedly murdered everyone just for gold. Except her family, of course. But still. So that's why I'm gonna keep her in asshole. And Hideyoshi, I think, actually, I did retroactively move Hideyoshi to the not asshole tier list. So I don't think he's an asshole. Because then again, you don't know whether he was an accomplice. Because my reasoning in episode 3 was that Hideyoshi is an asshole because he could have known about Eva's killings and didn't stop her. But at the same time, he might not have known. And I genuinely feel like he is a good person still, though. Kraus is, I think, the person that has the biggest character development, possibly. I might be a little bit biased, but I really enjoyed Kraus this episode because he showed something really, really awesome. And that I'm not talking about his fight with the goat, by the way. I'm talking about something that happens way earlier on that kind of sold me on Kraus. You really like how Kraus is shown to care for Jessica in episode 4? Me too. But yes, there's that. And there is also, back in the first Twilight in the dining hall, I really liked that he sacrificed himself to save the rest of his siblings, even though his siblings are honestly kind of an asshole to Kraus. And they are always ganging up on Kraus to get, like, his share of the inheritance or to, like, put him in a more unfavorable situation. But Kraus is always... And, well, Kraus is very cool about it, and he's always thinking about it. But, you know what? Actually, I should have given Kraus a bit more credit for what he has been shown to be. Because Kraus, surprisingly, when I think about it, he's not overly emotional in the sense that he has never become very... Is temperamental the word? I don't think so. But he's not violent. Yeah, he's not violent. He doesn't burst out in anger, like, when provoked. Most of the time, I think. In my mind, Kraus is someone who is always kind of calm and collected, even when he's being ganged up on. And he kind of, well, smirks at you, I guess. But, anyway, I went off tangent there, but Kraus in episode 4, when he sacrificed himself to save his siblings, even though they were always ganging up on him, I think showed a lot more of his personality as a person who isn't as selfish as I might have thought he was. He kind of sacrificed himself. Yeah, that was very awesome of him. Kraus is low-key the cutest Umineko character. In episode 4, I think I will agree. I really surprisingly quite like Kraus now. Is he an asshole? Actually, he is an asshole, a huge asshole to his siblings sometimes, especially to Eva when they were younger. But I feel like as they grew older, Kraus has kind of lost that kind of misogynistic view on women, I think. Because I remember in episode 3, he did say some stuff that was quite eye-opening. Like he admitted his faults, that he shouldn't have acted that way towards Eva, I think. So I'm actually gonna move Kraus down. I think I have yapped about Kraus quite a long time. Expectations, probably. You feel like the inferiority complex led him to punching down as a kid? Yeah, that's probably what it was. So I can't really entirely say Kraus is like a huge asshole for like no reason. Well, Kinzo, on the other hand, I'm kind of curious to see why he is the way he is. In episode 3, Kraus said he wished he could make amends with his siblings, but he felt it was too late. Ah, that's what it was. And I think the fact that Kraus can say that and admit that is really, well, not cool of him, but I think it just really shows where he is as a person in 1986, at least. And it's kind of sad, I think, that hopefully I get to know more about Kraus. I really don't want Kraus to just kind of be like a minor character that we kind of forget about. I mean, I don't think so, but I still want to see more development from him. Because I really do like Kraus as a character now. Anyway, I'm so sorry to all the Lambda Burn Castle fans, but Lambda is still gonna stay up here as an asshole, especially after episode 4. Where she... I don't know, it kind of feels like the witches are all kind of out of touch with reality, but then again, I still don't really fully understand where exactly the game is being taken place. But ultimately, Lambda and Brinkastel are characters that are acting out of motivations for themselves, I think. Like, for self-serving reasons, rather than actually caring about other people, right? So in that regard, I can't really say they're not assholes. I'm gonna keep Lambda up there. I'm gonna move Brinkastel up there as well, actually. Next we have Beatrice. Honestly, I have a lot of things to say about Beatrice. But right now, I'm gonna keep her in the asshole tier. I do kind of want to talk more about her later on, but Beatrice is really probably one of the most complex characters so far, but it's also because there's like a little bit of hints here and there about her past, but like not all of them are kind of confirmed. At least in my opinion, I might have missed some stuff, but there are a lot of things, and I don't really want to make definitive judgments. Can I even say that anymore? I am making a whole asshole not asshole tier list, but Beatrice, I think I'm gonna keep her in the asshole tier list. I mean, she is still trying to kill Battler's family. Virgilia, I put her in the asshole tier list because of her creepy lizard smile eyes. Is she a bad person? I feel like after episode 4, she's more of a funny comedy haha person. But is she an asshole? I guess I would still say she's an asshole because she's working alongside Kinzo. Virgilia is a very fun character. If I was like ranking the characters on like how much I enjoy them, Virgilia would probably be quite up there. I really like her character design as well, with her cute hat. But as for whether she's an asshole or not, I'm still gonna put her in the asshole tier list. We talked about Virgilia. Now let's move on to the not asshole tier list. We already talked about Kraus. I'm gonna leave him there. Hideyoshi, I retroactively readjusted after the last tier list. Actually, because a lot of them died really early on, Hideyoshi and Eva both died on the first Twilight. There's actually nothing much to say about Hideyoshi, so I'm gonna keep him back in the not asshole list. And for Battler is Battler. Do I really need to say more? NG is also NG. Do I really need to say more? The only thing in episode 4 that could make NG kind of an asshole is when she killed the 7 sisters. And when she got really angry to the point where she thought of killing someone else. That was kind of in defense for herself, where she could no longer kind of take all the bullying. Is it right? No. But can I understand it? Yeah, I can understand why she gets so angry. But NG did kind of go a little far with treating the furniture. I feel so bad. I don't want to call them furniture. Treating the 7 sisters that way. At least NG apologized for that, but yeah, it was horrible. Yeah. For that, NG was quite an asshole. But in any case, like when I look at the overall picture for NG, she's not even as horrible as any of the other people on the asshole tier list. So I'm gonna keep her in the not asshole tier list. Kiria, I did say kind of some sus stuff about Kiria, honestly. I did kind of have some wild theories in episode 4 where I was like, wait a minute, can I really trust Kiria? Is Kiria really someone that is working for the greater good? Well, okay, not greater good first, in that sense, but you know, what if she's like working for the enemy? I had those thoughts, but then episode 4's ending, Battler in the tea party, Battler was kind of, the way Battler was reacting to it kind of made me think, you know what, maybe Kiria is not a bad person, but still I do kind of entertain that thought that she could be someone bad in episode 4 anyway. And when I say someone bad, I just mean someone working with the culprit, but I don't think so. And honestly, as a whole, Kiria is like one of the best characters I feel in Umineko so far. Both her and Rudolph, very pog. But Battler called her mom. How can she be bad? I'm sorry, but she's kind of in a gray zone for me. She is very. I really like Kiria as a character. Rudolph also the same. A lot of them ended up dying really fast, so there's really not much to update, I think. So Rudolph, the same here. And Belphegor is probably the only Stake sister that I did not move down to the no comment tier list, because Belphegor, I did say, was it in episode 3? Yeah. After a fight with Rudolph, she showed a part of herself, I think, that was very much about integrity. She had values, morals, maybe even. And I thought that was really cool of her. She risked dying. And like any other person, maybe like Evatrice, would have just gone for it. But she was cool. and she let Rudolph did what he did, and that's why, unfortunately, she lost that fight. But I'm gonna keep her in the not asshole tier list. George, actually, George and Jessica actually both kind of showed a little bit more of who they are, especially after the test that they did in episode 4. Would I be surprised with George's answer? Not really. I think he's kind of always shown that he has the ability to kind of go above and beyond for someone that he loves. But at the same time, it kind of reminds me a little bit of that obsessiveness that Kinzo might have. Might keep him in a not asshole Kinzo trait. That's not a very positive thing to call it, right? Now, Jessica was someone else that I also kind of like suspected, because like how Battler did bring up a good point, which was that Jessica wasn't supposed to know where George was, but she knew. But at first I kind of suspected her. Is she an accomplice? But afterwards I was like, maybe not. But anyway, it may not necessarily be that case. In any case, it's always still kind of ambiguous. And both their fights against the enemy, well, it was pretty cool. I'm gonna keep them in not asshole, but that's not why I'm keeping them in the not asshole, okay? Your theories are so interesting though, thank you. I'm glad that you guys think that my theories are interesting. Hi Lorelei, I love your Umineko videos. I still need to catch up at episode 4 part 7. Your discussions and reactions are very interesting. I have to start episode 5 myself. Oh, thank you. Thank you for telling me so. It really makes me happy to know that people enjoy my Umineko videos. From Fedamon, just wanted to express my gratitude to the Space Cat. Been following your Umi vids for months, even though I never commented this far. Hope you have a blast with Chiru and keep approaching the story with pure wonder and emotions as you've been doing. Oh, that's so sweet. That's such a sweet comment. You guys don't understand. I really appreciate your comments. Even if you don't, I'm gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. Even if you guys don't comment, you guys just watch it. As long as you guys are having fun and enjoying it, that's really all that I can ask for. And I really, really appreciate it, knowing that you guys really, really enjoy it. So thank you so much for letting me know. I'm gonna move on to Shannon. And okay, Shannon and Cannon, they both had a little bit more screen time compared to the other characters that has died so far or that we have covered so far, because they didn't die as early. I will say I still need to kind of go back and kind of look at the ending of episode 4 more clearly, because there possibly are quite a lot of details I might have missed in my first time playing through it. But at the same time, I also wonder if that's the way I'm supposed to enjoy the story, you know? Because there are some parts of the story where the game kind of just moves along on its own without waiting for you. And that's what happened in the end of episode 4 today. Not today, yesterday. And you kind of see like Beatrice and Battler like hugging and stuff, and like it's like the text just moved past you. Let's talk about Shannon first. No, you know what? I'm gonna talk about Cannon first, because I remember most about Cannon. And well, to be fair, actually, did they have much character development this episode? Maybe not. They both are still definitely in the not asshole tier list. In fact, I really like Shannon because she had so much development in episode 2. Shannon and Cannon were badass this episode, taking on the Shiesters. Oh, you remind me. So much has happened that I kind of forgot about that. I think Kraus taking on the goat hit kind of blocked out all the other memories of fighting. I mean, I do remember George and Gap's long fight, and that's probably because Gap kept popping up on the screen, being very distracting. Does it affect your asshole, not asshole? Probably not. I probably keep them still in the not asshole tier list. Goda, Genji, Nanjo. Okay, Nanjo is someone I'm gonna talk about, but Goda and Genji are gonna stay in the not asshole tier list. Gap is very distracting, to be sure. it is. Oh my goodness. The first time I saw Gap pop out on the screen, I was like, whoa, what the heck? Is this allowed? Am I playing the same Umineko that I am playing? What is this game rated? Is this allowed? I was shocked to see gaps. Big gap. And then I realized everyone else was saying that Ryukishi is horny as fuck. And it shows. It really shows. Gap. Leah. Once again, Ryukishi was actually just horny while writing Umineko. You have no idea, Lorelei? I mean, we have seen the Seven Sisters and the Sister Sisters uniforms. But wait, just wait. How ominous. That's so scary. Just wait. This is nothing, actually. You're scaring me. At this rate, I'm gonna see, like, almost entirely half naked. And I will be scared. Because, oh god. Now I don't know how to feel about Umineko. No, I'm sure it's fine. It doesn't detract from the writing. It's fine. Half? More than half? Holy shit. Now that's another scary thought. I'm just really glad that Beatrice is in a big poofy gown. No distractions there. Wait a minute. I take that back. She does have distractions, doesn't she? Wait, can we not talk about this? I don't want to talk about this. Let us continue with Nanjo, the person that I kind of want to talk a lot about. Well, okay, not a lot about, but at least some things, because I said this before in the episode 4 itself, but I am still very confused about why Nanjo is friends with Kinzo. I mean, Kinzo having a friend alone is kind of suspicious, but Nanjo being friends with him when he seems like such a chill and nice guy. Is it because Nanjo is chill, that's why he's able to befriend some crazy freak like Kinzo? Or is it because Nanjo is as bad as Kinzo, and that's why they're friends? You know, it makes me kind of wonder, because Nanjo did know about, I assume, Beatrice being chained up in a dungeon or something. And he didn't do anything about it. So, well, I mean, he might have done something about it, I'm not really sure. But it just kind of makes me suspicious. Bald buddies. Holy shit. Okay, no. Not bald, Janu. Balding. Balding buddies. There is a difference. They have hair. Holy shit, don't talk about that, fool. I do not want to hear about that. Why do you hate love? I don't hate love. I just find it suspicious that they are friends. And next we have Kumasawa. Kumasawa is pretty... okay. And Natsuhi, of course, my favorite character of all time, Natsuhi. I'm gonna keep her not asshole. Even though, technically, she could be an asshole if you want to argue. But I really, personally biased. My bias is colored my vision. I'm gonna keep Natsuhi in the not asshole tier list. And honestly, really, compared to everyone else, I don't think she has done very bad stuff. But, of course, if what battlers say is true, Neandervis is true, Natsuhi could possibly be the culprit in episode 1. And I did kind of suspect her in episode 1, but still, I don't know. Maria, I really can't put her in the asshole tier list. I know some people thought it was funny that I put Maria in the asshole tier list in episode 1. But then again, I didn't really know Maria. But after episode 1, episode 2 onwards, when I kind of understand more of Maria's thought process, mindset, she is here. Anyway, I think I've said my piece about Maria. Maria is not an asshole. Although I will say I still kind of feel like she is an accomplice or something to an extent. Actually, you know what? I'm going to talk about Renove first. I did put him in a special tier list in well, I just called it like Renove. But actually after episode 4, I kind of feel like I know I was kind of blinded by Renove's appearance. I was like, oh, Renove is so cool. But then he's kind of on the enemy side. But like, is he an asshole? I still want to say no. I feel like he's not really an asshole. I'm gonna keep Renovate in not asshole. I think Renove kind of an asshole, not gonna lie. He and Gab bamboozled us during the Jessica and George fights. He was kind of an asshole during that part, but ultimately it's kind of hard, I think, to talk about like characters like Renove and Virgilia. You know what? If Virgilia is asshole, then Renove has to be asshole too. But a hot asshole. Okay? I feel like they're kind of in between the line of asshole and not asshole. So it's really hard to kind of say. But then again, someone like Kiria would probably toe the line between asshole and not asshole as well. Kiria and Rudolph maybe. Well, and Kraus, I guess. But I didn't want to do that because there would be too many people in between. And then I won't be able to give like a definitive answer. But I don't know if I want to keep a neutral tier in. But I do have the no comment tier. And I don't know. Mammon did have a lot of development. Actually, I would say all the sisters did have a development. Based on episode 4 alone, I would say the sisters are not assholes, but they were also kind of an asshole before. But you know what? I'm gonna move them to the not asshole tier list. They did some good stuff for NG. And they were really nice with Maria and Sakutaro. Now for 4 and 0 and 45, you know what? Are they assholes? Are they not assholes? Maybe. Jester 4 and 0 missed Kitty on purpose during the phone call to torment her. Definitely an asshole. Asshole? Not asshole. I'm kind of leaning towards not asshole for them actually. 45 is kind of yeah, I'm gonna keep them. I might put them in not assholes. Chester 4 and 0 is really mischievous. She really reminds me of Renove a little bit. In a good way, I guess. But they're kind of both asshole, not asshole, but I wanna put them in the not asshole. 45 isn't an asshole, 4 and 0 is. That's what I put initially, but 4 and 0 kind of have like a sweet side of her too, you know? And I mean, you guys will understand, right? It's kind of hard to make judgments about them anyway. Gokun worked hard to have his senpai acknowledge him. So he should be in the not asshole tier. You know what? Actually, for you guys, that is true. Gokun did actually have some character development in this episode. He tripped so many deflects, or maybe it was Virgilia that tripped the deflects. No, it was him. And he has like a little sister waiting for him. So Gokun is actually not an asshole. Now let's get into the new characters in episode 4. And I'm excited to rank them. I will tell you guys, I have not given it too much thought. And you're gonna hear my live thought process as I place him. I did say this. If Umineko ever gets an English dub, I think they should hire me to voice Battler. Because I think Battler and I share one soul. Do the line, Lorelei? Dameda. Dameda. Zen dameda. Okay, let's talk about Amakusa. Amakusa? He kind of gives me asshole vibes, I'm not gonna lie. But he has been kind of helpful to Angie, so I don't really know where to put him actually. Amakusa, not asshole. Double O is actually probably my second favorite bunny. I think she is going to be in the not asshole. She seems very reliable and she tries her best to be like a leader. I'm pretty sure she's like a leader, right? And she tries her best to make things work. But sometimes she kind of falls short. And it kind of shows. But she seems quite sweet, honestly. So I'm gonna put her in the not asshole tier list. And our boat captain, honestly, he's not an asshole. I think I might have said he's kind of suspicious, but I think he's not an asshole. This one was a new one. Was it 445 or 455? I think it's 445. She honestly seems like the sweetest one. So I'm gonna put her in a not asshole, even though 556. Holy shit, I am like numbers away from it. Thank you for the correction. 556. I'm honestly surprised that it even showed up in like the witch's site on the character menu, and I was kind of taken aback when I first looked at it because I lost it. I didn't see it at first. I was gonna click away, and then I clicked, and I was like, wait a minute, why is there something red at the bottom of my screen? And it's because 5x6 was already dead, and I was shocked that I could resurrect her. Gap. I'll put her in the asshole. I think it's pretty straightforward. Kasumi is an asshole, plain as day. She does have some moments where it kind of makes you think that she, just like Eva, just like possibly Kinzo, it's not really her fault that she's the way she is, but I would say a lot of it is the result of circumstances. Arguably unforgivable. Arguably, yes. But for me, Kasumi, I can see her in a empathetic light. So far, anyway. She has done a lot of... I mean, she wants to kill Enji. Yeah, and she did kind of torture everyone else. She is worse than Eva. Probably. But... I can see why she is the way she is. Okay, to be fair, I can also see why Rosa is the way she is. What did Kasumi do? I just kind of remember... she's just a really, really big asshole. I am trying to remember if she has done anything directly to Enji. Well, aside from trying to kill Enji, I guess. But I'm definitely keeping her in asshole. Is she unforgivable? I don't know. I just know Kinzo and Rosa are definitely up there, but Kasumi, I'm gonna keep her in asshole for now until I can kind of remember what other horrible things she might have done. But at the same time, like I said, I can still kind of understand the reason why she became such a horrible person, I guess. This guy, I'm kind of forgotten his name, but he's the professor. Oops, he's the professor that Enji met up with. Part of the witch hunt, right? And I guess I did kind of call him an asshole, but technically he's not really an asshole. He was just kind of an asshole for being kind of insensitive about how he approached the whole situation with Wakenjima Gate and stuff. But overall, I mean, he doesn't really do much anyway, so I'm gonna put him not asshole. I might put them in no comment. The boat captain too as well. Sakutaro, of course, is not an asshole, so don't even think about it. The number of people who keep telling me to rip Sakutaro apart, what's wrong with you? Why is Sakutaro unforgivable? Sakutaro did nothing wrong. Sakutaro is pure and precious, that's what I'm saying. But why is everybody keeps saying, I want to rip that, like how Rosa ripped Sakutaro, huh? What's wrong with you guys? And this one, Nanjo-san, also no comment. And that's it. That's it for the tier list. We are gonna actually disregard this neutral tier list. There is actually nothing neutral there. So this is a tier list. I am going with these people in unforgivable, no changes. Asshole has a few more people. The not asshole tier list is actually really, really populated, which I don't like. But gonna keep in there. I wish we could add more people to the asshole category. You're remembering how much larger the asshole tier was after episode 1? Was it? I can't even remember how big my asshole tier list is, but I swear I'm pretty sure it was at least 2 tier columns rows wide. Umineko developed its characters, making it harder to call them assholes. I agree. They show you more empathetic sides of them that makes it hard to kind of say, are you definitively an asshole? But there are still some people that are like really, really asshole. And I'm just gonna clarify here that these tier lists are not ranked. The only thing that matters is where they belong in it. So when I put, for example, Kraus at the top of the not asshole, it doesn't mean that Sakutaro is more of an asshole than Kraus is, okay? So that is how it is.